Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. If this video hits 1,500 likes within 24 hours, we are giving away 250 XRP, and all you have to do is make sure you press the like button, make sure you are subscribed, and make sure you comment something down below. That is it. Having said that, today was a crazy day for the XRP community, but I want to start it off here by reading what John Deaton, a lawyer who is involved with crypto and specifically the big filing of 10,000 XRP holders as an intervention into the SEC v Ripple suit, has said over on Twitter, because I believe it is actually quite interesting. Keep in mind, this is not the only thing we'll talk about today, so if you're not interested in the law or anything regarding that, just skip forward a little bit as we have more things to cover, all right? It's going to be coming up. Having said that, let's sit down and read this little thread. Let me quickly scroll through here for you guys so you know how long it is. It is a little bit, all right? It is a little bit, but it's okay. It's manageable. My honest thoughts about the transcript from Friday's hearing in SEC v Ripple. First, I already believe that XRP holders meet the legal standard to successfully intervene. If you objectively read the 4-page pre-motion letter, or formal motion, it's hard to deny that we meet the 4 factors for intervention. Even the haters should struggle to say that we don't. That doesn't mean we will win the motion. The SEC will likely say that we aren't necessary in the case because it is not claiming that the XRP that we hold are securities and will therefore try its best to keep us out of the case. So, if you're wondering what that part is all about, it refers to the SEC's most recent statement, which excludes all XRP holders that are not part of Ripple or Ripple's employees out of this lawsuit, basically. And the whole motion to intervene, in my opinion, the way I received it or thought about it, was only to basically get XRP holders and the people who really have the coin and think of the best interest of the coin into the whole lawsuit. But honestly, if we have been exempted, then it doesn't really matter as much anymore, which I get. And that is also, I guess, the thing that he's afraid of here that will most likely happen, that the SEC will claim that the intervention is not necessary. I get that. Based on what was said by both sides at this hearing, however, helps prove that XRP holders' interests need to be represented during the prosecution of the case. I won't spell it out just yet because I want to wait until the SEC actually responds to our pre-motion letter, but I got the transcript so I could see and read the actual words and use those same words to our benefit later if possible. I heard someone say once or twice that words mean things, folks. Digital asset buy. I read what SEC lawyer Jorge, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, Tenrero said on the record. And Jeremy Hogan was 100% on point with what he said in his recent video. I wouldn't be surprised at all if Jeremy is correct when he said that the SEC may be receiving requests for no action letters from the exchanges about trading XRP. Which basically, in my opinion, all right, once more, I'm not 100% certain on this. A no action letter in this case would be that if they were to pull through with this, then no action would be taken from the SEC against them, basically asking a request for everything to be verified, basically. But let's not forget that 1 year before the SEC's enforcement action against Ripple and XRP and an exchange, likely Coinbase, asked the SEC about listing XRP in 2019 and didn't receive a response from the SEC discouraging it. Now, what this one refers to basically is that some exchanges, at least one, maybe more, have asked the SEC if they can list the coin. And the SEC, even though they've been investigating for 8 years, hasn't said no. But they also didn't get enough clarity to give them confidence to not suspend the trading once the case was filed. Also pretty strange. I'm afraid that people will have an expectation that exchanges will now relist or unsuspend XRP based solely on a comment made by an SEC lawyer who was generally referencing Section 4 exemptions. I hope I'm wrong, which once more means that it's not 100% certainty that exchanges will relist. Because, well, you all know it, bureaucracy and stuff like it's not simple. I understand honestly from the bottom of my heart too, that it's not a click like that where exchanges are just like, oh, you know what, they said something, all right, I'm just gonna relist it now, click. Obviously it doesn't work that way, I get that too. However, if we're looking at the real facts of everything, there's really no good reason why exchanges should have it delisted. As the SEC has stated before, it is only because exchanges thought they should delist it that they did. And right now, even they've said before, all XRP holders are exempt So there's, honestly speaking, again, talking about facts, no reason why they should not put it back on. It's also free money and free publicity for them. I will literally celebrate being proven wrong by the exchanges. I believe the exchanges that delisted or suspended XRP will require more certainty that they will not end up in the SEC's crosshairs over XRP. Below are the exact words used by the SEC lawyer, Tenrero. When you consider how inconsistent the SEC has been regarding XRP specifically and digital assets in general, do you believe that exchanges are going to consider the below comments enough to take on any risk? This refers to the fact that Tenrero, as a lawyer for the SEC, has stated that in this case here, we are not talking about all other members except for Ripple and affiliates. Now, taking into consideration, it is logical that exchanges would be like, okay, this is interesting, so we could, theoretically speaking, relist it again because we are allowed to. However, since everything is so vague, they might wait out and ask the SEC for formal permission. Notice, I didn't ask whether they should, but whether you honestly believe they will. SECs are averse to risk, not always true. See below, and I'm not criticizing it. Look at what's happening in this case already. Even though the defense turned over all XRP transactions by the two executives, let's quickly see. Jesse Powell here has actually previously stated, this is a long time ago, the huge asymmetrical risk for exchanges to keep XRP on there. Have to assume SEC's case is in good faith. Judges tend to side with agencies. If XRP is found to be a security, SEC would say that exchanges should have known all along. Safe harbor pending outcome would have been responsible if only purpose is to test. This is very difficult, once more. And there is no allegation of fraud or misrepresentation. The SEC is seeking all personal banking records of these two individuals and their families. You don't think other CEOs aren't watching closely as to the extent of government overreach and intrusion? Remember a thread not too long ago when I said when a prosecutor doesn't have the law of facts on his side, he sometimes resorts to trying to pound the defendants into submission or settlement. That's what's happening here in my opinion, just as I warned. Don't take my word for it. Let's review this transcript. That is magistrate judge addressing the issue. Now that goes to the court. The court says, so let me ask you the $1 million question then, which is, why does all this matter, right? This is section 5K. So why do you need to have the most precise answer of how much money one of the defendants made by selling XRP? You know that they received however many millions of XRP. You know generally what sort of value that is. Is it a lot of money? You know that. You're going to get a fair number of transactions. Maybe you think there's other transactions you're not getting, but you're certainly going to get a pretty good picture of the profitability for these individual defendants of their XRP transactions, even if you think it is not complete. Why do you need precision here if this is not a fraud case? This is a Section 5 case, so why is this so important? And Tenero says, right, Your Honor. You're right. John Dean says, what CEO wants to risk the U.S. government taking a magnifying glass to their personal finances along with their wives, children, business partners, customers, etc.? Some of you might think I'm on the side of the exchange as a Ripple. Not true. I'm against government intrusion. Let's not say that too loud. If you have all the sales, you have all the sales. Who gives a crap what Brett Garlinghouse or Chris Larson spend their money on? Let's assume that the government has an XRP sales transaction that netted Chris Larson $50 million. You can prove he sold $50 million worth of XRP on a particular day. Let's say he bought a $50 million yacht with the proceeds. I have no idea what the man owns. Who cares? In a fraud case, it's potentially relevant to show motive to commit fraud to pay for your lavish lifestyle. Even if the government got all financial records and could show this type of great wealth and spending habits, which is something they might want to do, they might want to connect Chris Larson's huge spendings, which we don't know about, that's what they're trying to uncover, to see whether or not they really did this whole XRP scheme to live a luxury life. Who cares? In a fraud case, it's potentially relevant to show. Even if the government got all financial records and could show this type of great wealth and spending habits, the judge is likely to not allow it into evidence before the jury because it's not necessary to prove that he failed to register XRP. So why fight so hard for documents and evidence that is likely ruled inadmissible? Because the public would learn about the lavish lifestyles of the executives. That's a very important point here. What we believe right now is that the SEC, what they're trying to do is set the public against Ripple. And I can really feel it happening and working though. I've already seen a lot of people switch their minds recently where they're like, but Brett Garlinghouse and Chris Larson, they actually have a lot of money. They're just money-hungry dogs or wolves trying to sell on us. And the thing I'm always saying is, if you really think so, then how are you happy with the Bitcoin distribution, for example? There's literally miners all day where all they're doing is making Bitcoin blocks literally to dump it on you, the Bitcoin. They don't care about the whole potentially. They might not care about the ecosystem. They just care about making money on you. There's a founder, quote unquote, of Bitcoin with 1 million out there. Nobody cares about him. There's Ethereum, the founders. There's almost any project that the founders have a ton of it. So the only question is, in my opinion, about the escrow. If that were to be given to them every month or so, I would have a big problem. But if we're talking about the, for example, couple of billion that was given to Chris Larson at the start, I really don't care about that because that's the fee he got basically, or the value he got for building such a network. With Brad Garlinghouse, how he got his XRP, I'm not quite sure. If somebody wants to educate me on that in the comment section, go right on ahead. Let's move on. The crypto community could stay divided. Finally, if the exchanges are asking the SEC for clarity based on what was said at a hearing, are we confident the SEC will issue no action letters and allow XRP to be relisted and traded? Think of this. The SEC did not seek a preliminary injunction to stop Ripple from selling XRP. There is nothing stopping Ripple from selling XRP to fund operations. If the SEC informs the exchanges that they can trade XRP and XRP doubles from here, Ripple has twice the money to defend their case, and yes, legal fees are considered operational expenses. Maybe I'm just cynic, but I truly hope the SEC and exchanges prove me wrong. Whew. All right, so from that perspective, he has a point in the last one, where if the SEC says you can trade XRP to all these exchanges, the price would most likely skyrocket out of our realm, and that would again give Ripple a lot of money as well to work with. They might not want that. However, can they stop it is a question. Can they honestly deny a request, or will it just not be taken into consideration then, or how does that work? Because I'm thinking if they file such a question, you can't just ignore them and be like, go play in a corner, Coinbase, you multi-billion-dollar exchange. That's not something that can easily happen, right? But yeah, just let me know in the comment section down below what you think about that. Then the Relist XRP has actually gone trending in the Netherlands here. I saw it myself. In Australia, in the United States, it's been going crazy everywhere. It's pretty interesting. Mac Attack just posted a little tweet here, which actually mostly refers to the amount of money that you can make on a crypto. I don't want to really go into this one too deep because, again, it's all theory. It's nothing really in the real world. It, however, is talking and thinking about the idea of if you go for Bitcoin and you go times 17.5, boom, you're at $1 million a piece. If you have XRP, you go times 17.5, it's only $9. So even though it is always about the market cap, basically, to see how big something is, if you're going to worry about something. Does market cap matter? No, but it's to give an indication of how close something basically is. Because going from $100 million to $1 billion is, of course, a lot easier than going from 1 billion to 10 billion and so forth and so on. Especially if you're talking trillions of dollars, it just takes more time. Point being, it's, in my opinion as well, a lot easier for XRP to do times 17.5 than it is for Bitcoin. Yeah, I think that's also why a lot of people put their money into it, because it just has a lot of potential to go crazy in the near future. This one we already talked about before. My Twitter, you can follow me on there if you want to. And I want to quickly go check out GSX. It is the world's first gold-backed crypto and the world's first growth coin. Right now, it is 10 cents a coin, plus a 5% bonus, plus a 5% bonus for using my link, so go check it out. The sale is almost over. It is 2 more days, and then it is done. So if you wanted to get it, go check it out. A link will be down below. Then this one I found really funny. Just wanted to quickly share this meme. XRP jumps up a cent, so it begins. That's what we all have. Everybody just preparing ourselves and going into full freaking, I don't know what kind of mode we go into. It's just like really waiting for it to happen. It's really around the corner. Then a little bit of a flare update. Nothing is really happening. This one is just going down. And once more, remember, this is not the real flare, so the price might still be completely different once it comes out. Market suffers after over $100 million Bitcoin long positions got liquidated. Just something you might want to know about. However, it's not even a lot of money in comparison to what sometimes happens. Millions of Africans to benefit from Cardano's expanding ecosystem. I've talked about this before. Charles Hoskinson and Cardano are expanding over there, and that's another part of their bullish March or April. I guess here the moon said, never forget that Bitcoin will be worth 500K maybe within 2 years. Once more, think about it, right? There's quite a lot of other cryptos which might get times 10 in a much shorter time frame, or for which is a lot easier. For example, XRP would only have to go to about all-time high. With Bitcoin, we're very high up, which in my opinion, is a lot harder to get to. And last but not least was Bitcoin's new use case, a report card for how the US handles the dollar. And the conclusion of that one is Bitcoin is actually pretty new still. It's not been proven to be or actually have a use case. It's not proven to be a hedge against something because it hasn't really acted like that just now. I will get further into this article hopefully tomorrow and kind of talk about some of my theories and some of my ins and outs. But again, let's leave that for tomorrow. Right now, I want you guys all to think about John Deaton and what he said and what you think about it. Might be negative, but I still see everything positive, but maybe that's my ignorance as well. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video.